Hey guys, it's Sam with two Abs, and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Happy Wednesday to you all. It's Wednesday hump day, so I hope you guys are hanging in there. We are in the middle of the week, and I hope you're all staying safe and healthy throughout this time because that's super, super important. But in just a bit, I'm going to be having a very special guest who is going to be joining me. She is so incredibly talented, and I've also had her on the show before. So for today, we're going to catch up, talk about how she's been, her music, and so much more. So, everyone, please welcome the very talented and the very beautiful Nicole Asensio. Woo!
Hi, VJ Sam, and hello everyone. It's so good to be back for Miss Mixclusive. I missed you guys.
I know we miss you. It's been so long since the last time,
Mm,
it feels like. So, how have you been, Nicole? Thank you for joining us
yeah.
today.
Oh man, it's my pleasure. Whenever I get a call from Mixclusive, I'm like, yes, whatever time, whenever I will do it because you
Yay.
guys are the best, and I really appreciate what you do for us OPM artists. Sharing our
Mhm.
music, especially at this time,
Mhm.
means so much to us. So thank you. I'm okay.
Mhm.
We're doing the best we can with this
Yeah,
ECQ situation.
of course.
Kamusta kayo sa comment section? Let us know. I would
Yes.
love to know how you guys are doing.
Yeah, let us know, guys, to everyone who's watching. Let us know kung kumusta kayong lahat. Like I said, I hope you're all staying safe and healthy. That's super important, especially right now, with the whole new variant and all of that. So we hope you guys are staying okay. Don't be shy to interact in our comments. But Nicole, it's been quite some time, no, since the last time nga that you were here. So what's new
Yes.
with you? What else have you been up to? Mga pinagkakaabalahan mo recently?
Well, so since we saw each other, I think I
Mhm.
released two more songs, which would make
Mhm.
it six singles so total. And I'm currently
Yay!
working on more music with Warner.
Mhm.
So it's just, I guess, a creative process. Syempre, when we're locked down, diba?
Mhm. Mhm.
We just have to stay positive, stay creative. So that's what I've been doing. I've been writing new songs and I've been
Mhm.
recording new songs. And we are in the midst also of shooting a musical film called Gut Peeps. So it'll be out this year.
Ooh. That is so exciting. That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff, no? Music, that was of course the musical film. I mean, that's exciting to hear. There's a lot of things going on, especially for you, no, Nicole. And it's nice, nga, like you said, you really have to stay creative during this time because syempre, we're at home, eh? You want to really make the most out of this. So for you, Nicole, what is your secret to staying creative and, not feeling so burnt out like, a lot of us may feel during this time?
Yeah, I think burning out is normal. I burn
Mm-hmm.
out too.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally
Diba?
normal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think this time also forces us to reconnect with people, and for me,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's kept me sane. Like bonding with people online, my friends. It could be as simple as just like praying for each other because you never know what people are going through, and so when you
Mhm.
find yourself alone and kind of having a hard time, it might be a
Mhm.
good time to reconnect with someone you haven't talked to in a long time, and that's
Mhm.
what's been helping me the last couple months. That and like rearranging my house 10 million times. That
Yes.
also.
That's true. That takes a lot of effort and a lot of time. So, I can imagine that does keep you occupied talaga. But that's so true. Reconnecting and
Yeah.
connecting with people during this time, I think, is super important, no? So this is a sign to everyone who's watching. If you have a friend that you
Mm,
haven't checked up on in a while, do it na. Kasi, life is really so short and you never know, it could help you also throughout this time. But like what you
you're
said,
right.
Nicole, with music, you said that you released, a couple of songs since the last time we talked. So I'm so excited to talk about them. And one of them being "See Through," which is a song
Yeah.
that you worked on with Blue Hamilton, who is a Grammy-nominated producer who has produced for artists like Justin Bieber, Robin Thicke, among others. So how did this collaboration between you and him actually come about? Because the crossover is quite, like medyo malayo in terms of geography. No, so how did that happen for the two of
Yes.
you? Mm-mm.
You're right. Geography and genre, it was the
Yeah.
most unexpected thing. And well, thank God for the internet because it
Yeah,
happened over
true.
Instagram, really. I I
Wow.
posted I posted like a homemade jam of an older original song I had written called
Mhm.
Atin Lamang, which is in
Mhm.
Tagalog. So obviously I
Mhm.
wasn't expecting, a foreign audience for this.
Yeah.
And I saw a comment from his Instagram handle. I was familiar with him already because he's mentored
Oh.
a lot of artists, including
Mm,
Filipino artists. So I've
mm,
I've
mm,
heard his name, but I've never had the pleasure of meeting him in person. So I saw his Instagram handle comment on my
mm,
post, and I was like,
mm.
no way, it's gotta be a fake account. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's not right. And I
Yeah.
clicked it, and it turned out it was, a legit account. It was really
Mm,
him, and so I DM'd him and I said thank you and that I was
mm.
honored, and not expecting a reply, but then he did reply,
Yeah.
and he's really funny. Like his sense of humor is awesome. So we
Mhm,
ended up joking, and from there we kind
mhm.
of became Insta friends. Like we just
Wow!
react on each other's posts, and then
Yeah.
an Instagram convo turned into a WhatsApp video call, which turned into like
Mm,
four more calls, and we
mhm,
had a lot in common. So I guess it became like a long distance friendship. And
mhm.
throughout like the weeks that we would talk to each other, he asked if I wanted to collab. So I sent him a few demos, like not expecting anything, and he picked one of the songs, which is See Through, and he said, I would like to work on this one. So I was like,
Mhm.
for real?
Are you
Really?
sure? Like, what?
Are you
Like,
sure?
wow! Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I was, of course, I was as killing as ever, and
Mhm,
I
mhm,
let him run with it. It's totally
mhm,
his creative call in terms of the
yeah.
sound. It's like all him. I just wrote the lyrics and melody, but everything else is him. So I'm just grateful that he wanted to do it at all.
That is so wild. I love this story so much because during a pandemic, I can imagine it's really hard to make new friends, diba? I'm sure madaming makaka-relate dyan. It's really hard to make new friends nowadays because it's like, obviously, we're at home. It's really difficult. But thank God for the internet, the wonders of the internet, talaga,
Yes.
bringing people together. And even, like you guys are so, like literally so apart from each other that you guys were able to
Right.
form like a bond and a friendship and now a collab even with that whole thing. So
Yeah.
that's so amazing. I love it so much. That's so crazy. It's so
Yeah, me
wild.
too. It's
Yeah.
it's a blessing I could have never planned for myself. Like
Yeah.
it's bigger
Mhm.
than whatever I planned. And thank God that we made friends because now, the
Mhm.
world's getting smaller and who knows, like we might collaborate again or like we might,
Yeah.
somehow cross paths, hopefully.
Mhm.
And yeah, you're
Mhm.
right. It's a good time to make friends because you never know
Mhm.
like who you'll end up working with. And is it
Yeah.
okay? Speaking of friends, I would love to greet my friends who are
Go
watching.
ahead.
I
Yes.
see you. I see you guys. Hi, hi, Roger Alcantara. He's a fantastic bassist, and he plays for some of my tracks. That was Thunder, by the way. Um,
Oh,
Hi,
same.
Lavelle. You also. Hi,
Yeah.
Janina. Hi, Joshua. Um, Daisel and Samantha, Devine and Och Och. I like your name, Och Och. And
Yes.
nice to see you
I love
guys.
it.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, of course. Thank you for watching. And my dog is also here. He's hanging out too.
It's so
Wants to say
cute.
hey. Yeah, he's like
Oh,
chilling. So he's
oh
barking. He's
hey.
scared of thunder. So that's why he's
Oh,
barking
kawawa
right now. Yeah, I know, so sad. But thank you to everyone, yeah, who's watching. And yeah, like we said, it's so nice being able to make new friends nowadays, because aside from of course the
naman.
friendship, you can always like collaborate on things creatively, Len, and that also helps,
Yes.
in keeping us creative too. But you said, Nicole, that you actually wrote the lyrics to this, no? So could you tell us more about what See Through is actually all about and what inspired it?
So, I never really wrote stuff about my personal
Mm-hmm.
experiences much because I would always write about stories that happened to other people or like things that were, socially relevant, like, politically relevant. So I never
Mm-hmm.
really wrote something that happened to me. And I thought I might start because I'm finally not afraid to.
Yes,
So
love
this
it.
is yeah, it's definitely a breakup song.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, a certain relationship that didn't work out, and
Mm-hmm.
it's about feeling invisible
Mm-hmm.
when it doesn't work out. So I guess this is the start of a whole personal relationship songwriting series I'm doing, which might be out next year. Hey, why not? I mean, like, it's about time, right?
Yay! That's so exciting. But I can imagine it does take a while not to get there. Especially because like writing songs about your own personal experience is such a personal experience in
Oh
itself,
yeah.
diba? You're sharing yourself with other people talaga. But we're so grateful that you decided to do so because a lot of people can relate obviously to these kinds of songs too, especially see through. I feel like a lot of people can relate to this song too. I mean, we've all been there, we've all kind of felt that
Oh.
way too. But I do want to know, what was it like working on the song, especially with like you said, Blue. He kind of did all of his things, like he did his thing for
Yeah.
the song. What was it like for you when you heard like what he worked on your song?
Well, thanks first of all for saying that everybody can relate to it, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a real experience. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that comment.
Mm-hmm.
Working with Blue is interesting because it's the first time I've recorded anything where I was not in the studio physically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm usually quite hands-on, like even
Yeah.
if there is a producer handling the song, I'm kind of like, co-piloting the thing. Not
Mm-hmm.
because like of anything else other than the fact that I enjoy watching the process. I enjoy watching the little bits and pieces come together. But with
Mm-hmm.
this one, obviously I couldn't be in the States. So he played all the instruments on the track himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I just trusted him fully because I was like super happy that he said yes to doing it at all. So I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what, whatever you want to do with my song,
Go
just do
ahead.
it. And
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I like how he put it because it's like sort of in a 3/4 kind of time signature, which it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
written that way. I wrote it in a typical like very basic 4/4, and it evolved
Mm-hmm.
into like a sort of 3/4 sort of feel, and that was him.
Mm-hmm.
And the crunchier sound in the mix, the kind of more lo-fi-ish sound is
Mm-hmm.
not also something I go for. Like
Yeah.
I tend to go very polished and clean
Mm-hmm.
with a post prod, but he
Mm-hmm.
wanted something raw and less fixed, I guess. So I trusted
Mm-hmm.
him with that also. And it
Mm-hmm.
kind of gave me a hint into the music video because like the music video is very raw. Like I'm used to doing these music videos where I get to play roles with costumes and stuff. And for this
Mm-hmm.
one, we shot it in my house. So that's as raw
Mm-hmm.
as it gets, right? And then I was
Yeah.
like wearing pajamas lang, I was wearing
Yeah.
pambahay lang, yeah. So it was more intimate, which I
Mm-hmm.
thought fit the subject matter a little bit more since it
Mm-hmm.
was about a personal experience.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Like down to like the very small like details like that. It really tied the whole thing together. And I was reading and I remember Blue made a comment. He said something like working together with you brought both of you to places you wouldn't normally go musically, which I thought was so cool. That is the spirit and like the magic of collaboration that we definitely see in See Through. So that's so amazing. And I'm sure you learned a lot too from that whole experience because like you said, it's a whole
Oh
different experience
yes,
working online, right? So what would you say, Nicole, was like the
yes.
biggest thing you learned from working with Blue?
That anything's possible,
Yeah.
we're not confined to a Philippine sound or Philippine market just
Mhm.
because we're Filipino musicians. There's nothing wrong with the Filipino sound in the Philippine market.
Mhm.
I love being a Filipina musician, but
Mhm.
um, we can also cross borders with our music,
Mhm.
especially now. And so the internet, like we were talking about the benefits of the internet if you use it for
Yeah.
good, right? Um,
Yeah.
that allows us to do things like that, and it's never a bad idea to reach out and take a chance because you never know
Mhm.
who might say yes or who might comment or who might message you malay mo, diba? And then
Yeah.
if
True.
it doesn't work out, that's okay too. I mean, at least you
Yeah.
tried.
Mm-mm. That's so true. Shoot your shots. Shoot your
Yeah,
shot.
shoot your
I feel like,
shots. We gotta do
yeah,
it. We gotta do
exactly. And see like where it's brought Nicole, guys. Like
it.
amazing. Being able to collaborate with an amazing producer and create such an amazing song together too is so cool. And if you guys haven't checked it out yet, you can check out See Through by Nicole. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms as well. And so beautifully said, like, we're never confined to where we are. We're so much bigger than that. And that's so exciting because it means a lot to everyone, not just like musically, but, just in general, to anyone who's doing anything. But speaking more of the music, I do want to talk about Special Memory that you also came out with very, very recently. And this is a very special song to you, obviously, because it was performed by your mom, Evie Laurel. And I do want to know, like, what made you want to decide to kind of re-record or make this version of it?
I was all these years growing up, that was like my
Mhm.
mom's song. And I was a
Yeah.
little tiny toddler, and people would be like, "Oh, do you know your mom's song? Can you sing it?" And to be quite honest, I've always been super scared to sing it because it's such an iconic song for her. I don't want to
Mhm.
mess it up. Like, I don't
Mhm.
want to be
Mhm.
like, I she didn't do her justice to her
Yeah.
mom's song. And I think there are people who'll always feel that way because it's really
Mhm.
hard to mess with a classic.
Mhm.
But the story behind the song is what made me do it because several decades, hindi naman several, a few decades ago, my mom,
Yeah.
I won't disclose now, but my mom, that was the song that kind of changed her life because she wanted to go to law school. She had no
Mhm.
plans on becoming a singer, and she did a favor for a friend to sing for the soundtrack of a now iconic movie, which is called Hot Shots. And that was the
Yes.
song she sang. It was given to her by the composer Miss Cecil Azarcon, and she went in the studio, she sang it really quickly, and that was the version they released. And she had no idea that the
Mhm.
movie would become a hit and that the song would be a hit. And next thing she knew, she was not in law school and she was a singer.
Mhm. Yeah.
But soon after that, she was also with a child, with me in her belly. And and of course, sometimes life takes you in directions you don't expect, and that's what
Mhm.
happened with her. She was going to be a lawyer, then she became a singer, and then she became a single mother. And I saw how hard it was for her growing
Mhm.
up. I saw her give up basically her music career, which was on a rise at the time,
Mhm.
to raise me, and she had to take other jobs. She had to really just make it work.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I felt like when I started becoming a musician, I promised her I would be independent. I promised her that I would try and make it work. Of course, it didn't always work for me. Sometimes I
Yeah.
feel like it doesn't work. Sometimes I feel like it works. But I found myself independent at 21, which is the
Mhm.
age that she had me, and
Mhm.
I always felt like I owed her some sort of thank you for just doing the best she could for me, and because I gave her a hard time. I wasn't the perfect kid. And finally, I think 2 or 3 years ago, that song had an anniversary. And I was like, you know what? Maybe now or never. Because if I don't do it now, like, baka naman she'll lose interest, or we might be too old to do it and it will be the same.
Mhm.
So, like, um, I decided to ask permission from Miss Cecil Azarcon, who's the songwriter, and she graciously accepted. And what I found out about my mom's original version in the 80s was that her arranger, Homer Flores, is actually like the mentor figure of the guy who arranges my music, Nico. So they're like father and son in music. And then we have a real mother and daughter. So I was like, you know what, that'd be so cool if they could arrange it together, which is hardly done. Like, you hardly get two arrangers to tandem arrange a song. And then they both said yes, and I was like, wow, this is all just kind of falling into place. And so we got everybody together, of course, with all the protocols and whatnot, and got it recorded. And it took a while to release because things were changing in in the lockdown world. And finally, on Mother's Day, with the help of National Parks Development Committee and Fujifilm and Warner Music, we were able to just put it out there. As a Mother's Day gift. I mean, it was just something that I wanted to say thank you to my mom for. It's not exactly like my sound, it's not exactly what I do, but it was such a special song that I wanted to take the Mother's Day opportunity to say thank you. And I hope it makes her happy because I really owe her everything that I have. It's her. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, definitely. That's quite the story, Like grabe from your mom's story being able to, create the song, I mean record the song and then having you and like you're it's so true, like life really takes us in unexpected places, and now you kind of made your own version also as a thank you to her, and just how everything kind of like came together. I'm sure your mom appreciated it, like I'm sure like the version is so beautiful. I love it so much and I'm sure she loved it, and I even saw like you had like back behind the scenes video on this too. So what was it like actually creating the song already and singing it, especially because you said that you were always so like hesitant to do it before.
oh yes. When my mom recorded first because she has the first part of the song. When she sang it, I was next to Ira Cruz in the studio and Jess, who was our tracking engineer. All our hair just stood. It was like it was a weird. I can't even explain it. We just stopped whatever we were talking about, and our hair just started creeping because she hadn't sung that song in so long. And when she sung it, it just had so much more depth and like pain and experience and resilience behind it now. It was like singing the song again, but with with so much more
True.
laman.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
kind of made us like, woo! And then I didn't want to sing anymore. I was like, this is just sing a
More.
solo. Like, why am I even gonna do this, right? So but my whole time in the studio was really just to take care of mom and what she needed, and she did so good. Like it's so natural nakasit to her because that's her song. So she was in and out of there really quickly, and she sounded
Mhm.
great.
Yeah, I can imagine that moment when she like sang it for the first time, like the one you were saying, like when all your hair stood up. Especially because you said like she
Yeah,
recorded that when she was like really young, right? Like 20 or 18,
yeah,
in 21, something
yeah.
like that age.
She was like, yeah, like 19 or 20. I'm not sure what
Yeah.
month she recorded it in. Yeah,
Yeah, like 19. And obviously, since then, she's had a lot of experience, a lot of things that
oh yeah,
happened in between. So I can imagine like the emotions that really poured into the song, which we can obviously hear in the song. Amazing, so great. But I mean, I can imagine this was such a great thing for you
thank
to
you.
do for your mom. Such a beautiful song, and it just I feel like adds more meaning now for the song. So for you, Nicole, what would you say is like the significance of this song to you now, especially after hearing it all your life and being able to record your version this time around?
I wish that in the future, I don't know if it'll happen, that maybe I'll have a daughter and we can do a version
Oh,
where there's three of us na. That
that's so
would be
cute.
amazing. I don't know if it'll happen. It would be
Mhm,
cool, right?
for sure. I love that. Hopefully one day, you never know. That could
Yeah, you
happen. I
never
mean,
know.
I'm sure your mom never really thought that she would have her daughter re-record it, but it happened too. So hopefully
Yeah,
maybe that'll
yeah.
happen.
I'm not sure if she expected it.
Yeah. But what did
Yeah,
your
it
mom
would be
say
nice.
when she heard the whole thing already, like when it was done?
I think what she liked about it was that the arrangement was so different. So
Mhm,
I mean, like, of course, comparison to the original version is natural, and people will always love the original. But
mhm.
coming from my mom, she enjoyed the fact that it was a totally different take. So parang you can't, like, it's two different flavors. It's chocolate and like strawberry. You can't like
Yeah.
say, oh, this chocolate's better than that chocolate. It's a
Mhm,
totally different flavor. So
mhm.
I think that was the part that made her excited about it, like to hear it in a different way talaga.
Yeah. And I'm sure for everyone too, everyone who loved the original, but also people who are listening to your version now, I feel like are also enjoying it. I mean, it's a song that is packed with so much emotion and so much just love I can feel throughout the song. So guys, to everyone who's watching, if you haven't yet, make sure to stream the version of Nicole Special Memory with, of course, her mom. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms. You guys can check that out. And after all of these releases, we are so excited for everything that you have planned. Like we were talking a while ago, you have so many things going on, which makes us so excited. So what else can we expect coming from you, Nicole?
So thank you for giving me the opportunity to chat with you guys up here. This is
Of
the first
course.
time I'm gonna be saying this to anyone. This is
Mhm.
I'm like releasing the secret right now. So I have two songs in the works with a fantastic band called Basically Saturday Night. We have two original songs. They're also under Warner Music. We've already recorded them, so you can expect them soon. And I have a new single which is currently in the works. It's called Undercover Lover. So
Ooh, I love it.
let's see let's see how that goes. It's in the works now, but I'm just waiting for, ECQ to be over so I can
Yes.
continue. And yeah, I hope to share it with you guys here on Mix when it's out.
Of course, you're always welcome here. And I love that you dropped that bomb on us, collaborating with Basically Saturday Night. Shout out to the boys of Basically Saturday Night. I've also interviewed
Yeah,
them before. So
BSN.
I'm so excited to hear the two songs that you guys have been working
I love
on. But
them.
I know I love them too.
They're
They are
so
great.
good.
They are so
They're so
good.
good.
I
I
They
love
are
them.
so good. Like their energy, the energy that they bring is just really amazing. I feel like matched with
Yeah.
your energy makes us even more excited for your collaboration.
Uh, I I look forward to it. I hope you guys like it. It was such a good experience for us,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
collabing for the first time, and
Mhm.
I'm so happy because those two songs that was like written on the spot. That
Oh,
because we
wow.
had so much fun. Like
Mhm,
not
mhm.
all collabs do you get to finish something on the first jam. Like
Yes.
if it
Mhm,
does happen, that's a rarity that you hold on to, and I'm so glad that we had that chance to finish something upon first meeting because these
mhm,
guys are excellent, and I
mhm.
wish them all the best. I hope they go higher and higher and higher because they deserve it.
Definitely, which makes us so excited. I mean, like that's two songs, not one. Two guys. We have that to look forward to. Basically, Saturday Night and Nicole that is coming out very soon. I can imagine. We have that to look forward to. But also, you're working on a song, Undercover Lover. Like this title alone makes me so excited already. So we can't wait for this as well. And I can't wait. Really, just really can't wait for all the things that you have going on, Nicole. It seems like you've really tapped into your creativity and working on a lot of things, so we can't wait for everything to be released. But for now, we will savor all of your music, which we can all find on digital music platforms, you guys. So make sure to check out Nicole's music. But before I do let you go, Nicole, do you have a message to everyone who's watching, but also to everyone who's been supporting your music?
Well, thank you first of all to Mix. Thank you guys so much for having me and for having all of us artists, be able to share with you. It really helps us too. It helps us feel better about the whole situation. So thank you, Sam. Thank you to the entire Mix team. Thank you, Warner Music, for allowing this to happen and for trusting in the musical process and for not being sick of me. And I wanted to say thank you to the people who are watching. Thank you so much, all of you. I'm reading all your messages, and it's really nice to see you. And yeah, I hope you guys can follow the account so you get more updates. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. It's Nicola Asensio on Facebook and Nicola Asensio on Instagram. Same with Spotify and YouTube, where I upload um, Quarantunes. I have a cover series and an original series on YouTube. And yeah, I also am in a film, a musical film called Katips. So I hope you guys catch it when it's out by the end of the year. And yeah, after all that plugging, I just really want to say thank you. Thank you for your positivity. It's not easy to be positive these days, but I really see people sharing love. And sometimes you never know how far your love can go in terms of helping those around you. So thank you for just encouraging one another. It makes me happy to see you guys happy. So all the very best. I'm honored to create for you. It's really an honor more than anything. It's really an honor to write. So thank you. I love you guys, and I hope to see you again very, very soon.
Yeah, so we can't wait. Well, on behalf of everyone who enjoys the music, we want to thank you, of course, Nicole, for continuing to make music. I mean, it's no joke for any artist to create music or to create anything right now, but you guys still continue to push on. So thank you for sharing your gift of music with all of us. So to everyone who is tuning in, make sure to tune in and also listen to Nicole's music. It's available on multiple digital streaming platforms, and you guys can also follow her on her social media accounts so that you guys can stay updated on everything that she has going on. But once again, thank you, Nicole, for joining us here today.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you.
And
Yay! I'm so happy.
yay! Yes, and thank you as well to everyone who tuned into this MYXclusive interview. Once again, this has been Sam with 2Ms and Nicole Asensio. Thanks, guys.